All right, today is the, the 18th of February 2020, Math 1, and we're going to be creating the explicit formulas for both arithmetic and geometric series. Or sequences, excuse me. Sequences, not series. Series are different. So I can model using exponential functions. So I've got my arithmetics and my geometrics. And hopefully you guys are cool with those two. Arithmetics.
Isn't it arithmetic?
Arithmetic, maybe. Arithmetic and geometric. So here's a simple arithmetic. 1, 4, 7, 10. And a simple geometric, 2, 4, 8, 16. We're going to create the function for both of these. I want something that when I plug in a 1, out comes a 1. When I plug in a 2, out comes a 4. I plug in a 3, JJ, out comes a 7. I plug in a 4, out comes a 10. I plug in a 108, out comes a whatever it is, right? I plug in a 1, Nico, out comes a 2. I plug in a 2, out comes a
4.
I plug in a 3, out comes a Presley.
8.
And Jackson, I plug in a 4, out comes a, and I want to know, I plug in a 22, out comes a whatever. I want to build a function for each of these. First off, here's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need the value of the first term. So what is the first term? T sub 1 equals what? 1. What's going on with this guy?
Going up by 3.
Up by 3, up by 3. What's that called, that 3?
Oh,
Go for it.
common difference.
The common difference? Using those two things, I can build the function. But not yet. Let's go to the geometric. Geometric, I need two things. I need the value of the first term. What's the value of the first term, Chris? Cool. What's going on here? Okay, and what do we call that? Common ratio. Now, we've got everything we need. I have the first term and the difference, I have the first term and the ratio. Those are the two things, because I need to know where am I going to start, and then how am I going to change after that. Chris.
Can I say it?
You can say it. I don't know what you're going to say, but sure, say it. What happened to the lights?
I like them.
I like it now.
I like it. Don't move. Don't move.
No,
Gavin,
you like get to that one.
I swear. Sweet.
What?
Oh,
JJ.
JJ.
It was Aiden.
Okay, so Chris,
Is it like the FX thing, like where it's F?
it kind of is like that. So, yeah, go for it.
So would it be F times X equals X plus 3?
You're actually trying to play that game we played last week, right? Where what's the function for this guy, right? So I'm going to give you the generic formula for these. So here it is. T sub n equals T sub 1 plus n minus 1 times the difference. Write that down. You're going to have to memorize that guy.
Why?
Oh my goodness, Mr. Barr, make me memorize something.
Yeah. You should have seen me try to memorize the
Oh,
formulas
no.
for like finding the area of a circle.
Pi r squared?
Yeah, like, and then like find.
Dude, your brains are like empty. You should have lots of storage
No,
space.
because like the further you go into like the school
Life?
year, you forget like the last notebook. I don't remember anything.
I hear you.
And then like from the first thing that we did in like a new notebook, I don't remember anything.
It's all right.
I don't even remember my words.
I remember the equation.
I'm like
We're gonna keep going here. So using this guy right here, I'm going to plug in the value of the first term and the difference. So here it is being plugged in. T sub n equals, what is the value of the first term? 1 plus n minus 1. What is the difference?
3.
What?
Let's see, does it work? Ready? If I plug in a 1, let's see, 1, 2, 3. If I plug in a 4, what should come out? 4 minus 1 times 3 plus 1. If I plug in a 2, what should come out?
7? Oh, 4.
2 minus 1
3.
times 3 plus 1.
4.
We're not going to leave it like this. We're going to simplify it down. I can distribute the 3. Greenlee, can you distribute for me?
3n minus 3.
Which is going to become 3n minus 2 after the 1 and the negative 3 combine. So Jackson, if I plug a 3 in, what should come out?
7.
7, let's see if it works. 3 times 3
9.
minus 2.
7. So the n is what t sub is.
So if we plug in, if I want to find the first term, I plug in a 1, and that's going to find me t sub 1. If I want the fourth term, I plug in a 4 and a 4. That's going to find me t sub 4. T sub 4 is 10. Now for the geometric, here's the geometric equation. T sub n equals t sub 1 r raised to the n minus 1.
What?
You guys don't like just memorizing.
I don't like
This makes no sense.
Equations scare you. Man, should have taken math 8.
Yeah, we have 5 classes.
Wouldn't
We can
memorize
remember
more.
stuff for like pretty much all of those classes.
Get up now then.
Okay. Just kidding. I can't.
It's like you don't have to
Like the
explain.
homeless club.
Dude,
In Athens.
college for you?
Yes.
Yes, this is preparing you for college.
I have all A's. I'm all right.
You'll be all right?
I said I have all A's. I'm all right.
All right. Then why you complain?
I don't like writing. My hand gets hurt.
I've asked you to write almost nothing. Okay. Yes, Chris. You want to plug it in? Okay. So T sub n, give me the value of the first term.
T sub 3.
2. T sub 1 is 2.
Okay.
And what's the ratio?
The ratio should be 2. And then n. So with the first one would be n minus 1, it would be 2 minus 1 is 1.
Okay, what are we trying to find? You want to find this, the second term? Okay, we're going to find that it should be a 4. Ready? I'm going to plug in a 2. 2 minus 1.
1,
2 to the first
2,
times 2.
4.
Let's find the fourth term. Ready? 4 minus 1. 2 to the third times 2. It's bringing them out. Yes?
Do we have to make, like, try and find out the rate for each geometric and arithmetic problem? Or
This is, so
that's always the equation?
this is the geometric. Like it is. That you memorize that, it works for every geometric. This is the arithmetic.
So every single geometric
If,
problem?
yeah, you get every single geometric, you find the first term, you find the ratio, you plug it in, you're done.
So it's all, every single
This,
geometric is that
yes.
equation?
Every geometric is modeled with this. Every arithmetic is modeled with this. So now, I want whiteboards and markers.
Jordan!
All the way over here. I could have done that.
good, man. Kinda cool.
Am I annoying you?
Have you ever done like the right word? Saddening.
Am I like making your soul slowly wither away?
One, listen to these instructions. Two, using this sequence, I want one number on your whiteboard. What is the value of the first term? Good, 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 good. Value of the first term. Good.
Wait, what do you stand for?
The value of the first term is is 3. In this case, I'm using a sub 1s as opposed to t sub 1s. It's all the same stuff. On your whiteboard, I want one number. What is the common difference? Good, good, good. Chris, do you need a marker, man? Chris, I'm throwing something at you. See if that works. The common difference is 3. Plug those two numbers into this formula and do not simplify. Is that working, Chris? Wait, what is n? Perfect. Now simplify it. Simplify it. Simplify it. Simplify it. A sub 1, you have a sub 1. You know what it is. You're plugging two numbers into this thing.
There.
Good. Simplify it. Simplify it. Simplify it. Simplify it. Good. Simplify it. It should simplify down to a function, not just a number. Simplify it. 32 is incorrect. There should be an n in your answer.
3. And?
So you lost on the distribution. Keep going. It simplifies down. That's correct. That's correct. Okay, that's it. Got it. I can read it. No? Yes.
That's one. So you have to take. Where'd you get the 2 from?
Here it is, unsimplified. Here's the distribution. And now combining the 3 and the negative 3 becomes just a 3n. Distribution and then combining the 3 and the negative 3. Does this work? Miranda, what's the value of the 12th of the 4th term? What is the value of the 4th term? 12. Let's plug a 4 into this. 3 times 4? Presley, what's the value of the second term?
6.
Let's plug a 2 into it. 2 times 3? 6. It's working. Slide 10. 16, 8, 4, 2, and 1. On your whiteboard, I want one number. I want the value of the first term. On your whiteboard, value of the first term. Good. 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 On your whiteboard, I'd like to know the common ratio, either as a decimal or a fraction. What?
Oh, wait.
Decimal fraction. Oh.
Wow, you're so good.
Ratio. Good.
What is this? You said n.
Just it's a number. You're giving me a number.
Well,
You're giving me a single number. Good. Nope. What is the ratio? Good, good.
wait.
Nope. Good, good. Good, good. Good. This is already good. Like that, like that. I would accept 1/2. You have the value of the first term. You have the ratio. Build me the function. I'm starting over here.
Oh, are there some fun things?
Nope, no more. 16. 1/2.
Yeah, 16.
Read over that in a moment.
Time.
Perfect.
Oh, like that.
Read over there in a moment. I'm waiting for the Gavin. Good. Come back over there, Gavin. Good. Good. Perfect, Bradley. You used a ratio of 2. The ratio should be 1/2. You have a ratio of.
Yeah, sorry.
What's your ratio? That looks good. So Nico, what we're doing, we're playing right here. Take that a sub 1 away and put a 16. Put a 16 there and put a 1/2 there. Good. Nope. Good. 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 Chris, a sub n equals, what is a sub 1? 16. Parentheses, what is the ratio?
Or no, 1.
Raised to the n minus 1. What is your equation?
It's 16 divided by, in parentheses, e sub n divided by 2.
T sub n divided by 2? This would work? Okay, let's try it.
A sub n.
Okay, what I plug in so if I plug in a 1, out should come a 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 divided by 2 is 1/2. 16 divided by 1/2 is 32.
16 divided by 1/2. Oh. It would be 1/2 divided by 16 would be 8. I did it backwards.
So what's your formula? What's your This is the formula for it. Please get out your calculator and hold it up. Do you? Okay, we're going to do some exponents on these calculators. If I plug in a 1, what should come out, Gavin? I plug in a 1.
Out should come a 16.
Jordan, I plug in a 2, out comes.
8.
Presley, I plug in a 3, out comes a.
4.
JJ, I plug in a 4, out comes a. Maddie, I plug in a 5, out comes a.
1.
Okay, let's start by plugging in a 2. Ready? 2 minus 1.
1.
1/2 to the first.
1/2.
Times 16.
8. Wow.
Let's plug in a 5. 5 minus 1.
4.
Okay, on your calculator, 0.5 raised to the 4th power.
0.0625.
Multiply that by 16.
Wait, what? 5 to the what?
I got 1.
Wow.
Wait, what?
So 0.5 raised to the 4th power times 16 gives you the 1. If this is t sub 5, t sub 4, t sub 3, 2, 1, what's in front of the 16?
1.
32.
A 32. And what term is that?
T sub n minus 1.
0.
T sub 0.
Wow.
Okay, ready? 0 minus 1. 0.5 raised to the negative 1 power
2.
times 30 times 16.
45 to the negative 32.
What would be 32?
So it's working in both directions. What's in front of this one, Gavin? What's over here? 64. And if this is t sub 0, what is this?
T sub negative 1.
T sub negative 1. Negative 1 minus 1. 0.5 raised to the negative 2 power.
4.
Times 16.
Yes.
So this thing's working in both directions. I could take this, I could go find what t sub negative 8 is. I could also find what t sub 8 is. It works in both directions. This one you're not learning how to simplify today. Question number 1 right here. Create the formula for it. Fully simplified.
What?
So like till it's solved or like
Fully simplified. Plug in your t sub 1, plug in your ratio.
N minus 1 is the first one. That's what it means. Here's why I got it right.
Oh, it's on there.
I'm so used to solve so more.
Right. Let's see. Ooh, perfect. Beautiful, beautiful. Excellent. 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 And it does work, right? I plug in a 1, out comes a 5. I plug in a 2, out comes a 10. So it's actually working. Greenlee, what was the value of the first term?
5.
T sub 1 equals 5. What's the common difference?
5.
So I go t sub 1, n minus 1 times 5, then a little distribution, so I have 5 plus 5n minus 5, so it's 5n. Distribution step.
I didn't do
It
the
didn't hit that. It didn't hit that. So you had the 4. Number 2, arithmetic. No, this is a geometric. Create the function for this one. You got it right there. Good. First term ratio, n minus 1, first term ratio. You got it. First term ratio. That's it.
Oh,
You got it.
you know?
It's done. That's it right there. N minus 1. Don't put a number in there. The n is the variable. Nico, what's the value of the first term? Good. And what's the value of the ratio? 5. So first term, ratio, n minus 1. So t sub n. I plug in n's, I get out t sub n's. Number 3, looks like we're back to arithmetics. Fully simplified. Yep, you got it. Let's see, does it work? If I plug in a 1, yep. Plug in a 2, it's working. That looks good. That looks good, that looks good. Perfect, Presley. Excellent. Magic. I lost your N. Negative 61 times N. You didn't simplify it down. What's the value of the first term, Nico?
Negative 61.
And what is the difference, Maddie, Helen? Negative 61. I put in parentheses, why? Jordan? Because I'm multiplying, perfect. If I leave that off, it's going to look like subtraction. Here's the distribution step. So negative 61 minus 61n plus 61, and those 61s cancel out. So negative 61n. Boom. Boom. Number 4 looks like a little geometric first term ratio. N minus 1, N minus 1 starts our homework. N minus 1 starts our homework. 6. No. The ratio here is so weird.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah.
Get our homework. Start our homework. 6, 3, N minus 1. They can't simplify down. Can't figure that. 6 times 3 raised to the N minus 1 power. 6, 3, N minus 1 start our homework. All right, Greenlee. Do that homework. You want to tell the world why you're grumpy today? Are you grumpy today or just being weird today? What are you today? It's a weird mood day?
Yeah, my day did not start off well.
Let's talk to the people. Why are you feeling so off today? What's going on? What's going on with Jordan? Jordan, why is Jordan feeling so goofy?
I have a headache.
She has a headache. You know what works for my tough headaches? Excedrin! Monetize this video for me, Excedrin. Okay.
I like Tylenol.
Yeah, Tylenol? So, Excedrin, it's got the Tylenol, which is the acetaminophen. It's got the aspirin, and it's got 65 milligrams of caffeine. Imagine. It's like getting a cup of coffee with your aspirin. All right. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.